Hi, everybody. I'm John Kemper. Welcome to this week's Helena Senators recap. On today's show, we're going to talk quickly about the two games the Senators played against Bozeman last week. We then look ahead to their games this week as they have a 7-game slate starting tomorrow. And we will catch up with head coach Jon Burnett as well as players Trysten Mooney and Quinn Belcher. The Helena Senators started conference play last week with a doubleheader in Bozeman against the Bucks. They split the doubleheader, losing game 1 11-1, but picking up game 2 4-2 behind strong pitching from Cy Miller. This week, they have a very busy schedule with 7 games, starting Tuesday night with a game against Great Falls. They follow that up on Thursday with a return trip to Bozeman as they will take on the Bucks in a doubleheader, and then this weekend at home, they will take on the Billings Scarlets for 4 straight games, doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday. I was able to head over to Kendrick Legion Field this afternoon, and I was able to catch up with head coach Jon Burnett. I also had a chance to talk to 2 players, Trysten Mooney and Quinn Belcher. So without further ado, here are those interviews. Quinn, first and foremost, congratulations on graduating. How was that experience on Saturday?
It was a blast. It was fun to see all my childhood buddies all walk up on that stage, get their diploma, and it was feeling like no other, I guess.
And then you went to the overnighter?
Yeah, I did.
And how was that?
It was fun. The laser tag was a blast. Played a lot of poker. So
did you do
fun.
well in poker?
I thought I did. I don't know.
Yeah?
You have to ask some other people, I guess. Some other people I played with.
And they give out prizes typically. What did you win for some prizes?
I won the limbo competition. So I won $100 from that, and then there was a machine that it spit money into the air and you had to catch it out of the air, and I won $12 from that. So grand total I won $112.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Not
surprised you won the limbo contest. I mean, just because that does not favor bigger guys and taller guys.
I know it.
So how low did you go?
Oh, till my knees touch the floor, I guess.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I've maybe about right there.
Hey,
Pretty low.
Great.
Pretty low.
All right, so moving into baseball here. Man, how do you feel your season has gone up to this point?
I feel like my season's gone pretty good. I feel like I've proven myself as a really good fielder. Still working on the bat a little bit, but we still got a last season left, time to prove myself.
What in particular are you working at the plate?
I'm trying not to hit it in the air more. I'm fast enough to be out ground balls, so I'm trying to hit more line drives and grounders more than line drives and pop flies.
Do you have a moment this season so far that's really stood out in your mind, or several moments maybe?
Just making plays in the outfield.
So you started conference play last week, a win and a loss against Bozeman.
Yeah.
This week, a very busy week. How do you how do you approach a week like this where you're going to have 7 games in basically 6 days?
I approach it with confidence, and I approach it with, no dumb decisions, and make sure I'm healthy, have enough sleep, and play good, I guess.
So as you look into conference play, what are some teams that stand out to you that are going to give you guys, not necessarily trouble, but ones that are really going to challenge you?
Mm-hmm. From what I've heard the Royals are pretty good this year, so that'll be a good matchup. We haven't played them yet this season, but I'm excited to. Bozeman, they're always a good matchup. It feels like our rivals right now, so it's fun to play them and beat them, I guess. So we'll see that. And other than that, I'm not too sure yet. I don't think the Lakers are too bad.
How exciting though is that to be able to have a chance to play football at the next level?
It's amazing. I've always dreamt of it. Some way or somehow, whether it's the Grizz, the Cats, or Tech or Carroll, and ever since I signed with Carroll, I've been all in, and I can't wait.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks so much, Quinn.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Trysten, your junior year in the books, correct? So go on to your senior season. How was your junior year of high school?
It was pretty good. We had a good year at school. It was kind of easier this year with DLI and stuff, and all sports were good, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. So you come into this season, of course you guys have been playing for a couple months now, but how do you feel this Helena Senators team has played up to this point in the season?
I think we've done a good job. We've kind of been on a roller coaster, but we're getting more consistent, and it's good because we got to keep getting better before the end of the year.
Yeah, and you guys started conference play last week, so you went 1-1 against Bozeman. What did you take away from those first 2 games against Bozeman?
I think we just need to put the ball in play more, and just throw strikes and play good defense. We had a lot of errors and just silly mistakes in the first game, which cost us a lot of runs, and our pitcher was throwing strikes, and we just got to play better behind him and put the ball in play and score some runs.
And for you, how do you feel you're playing in the field first?
In the field, I think I'm doing a good job. I think I could do a few things a little better, but I think I'm doing a good job for my pitchers and for the defense.
What do you think are some things you could improve on?
I could probably get a little better at my pop time and just all-around blocking and yeah.
What about the catcher position do you enjoy the most?
I just enjoy you're always in the game. You're not just sitting there or standing there waiting for something to come to you. You're always just in control and you know what's coming, and yeah, I enjoy it because you're always busy.
And then at the plate, how do you feel this season has gone so far for you?
I was pretty hot at the beginning of the year, and then I kind of cooled off a little bit, but me and Coach Hogan got in the cage and have been working on a few things, and it started to come back a little bit.
What are those things you guys worked on?
Well, I started I was getting a little closed with my front shoulder, so I was getting closed off and rolling over the second baseman a lot. But we started opening up the big part of the field, and it's gotten better.
Nice. Well, Trysten, thanks so much for your time. We'll catch up with you during the season.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, Coach, here we are, Kendra Field. Beautiful day. You guys just finished up practice. How do you feel practice went today?
It was good. You know, we just got done with graduation weekend, so it was the first time for our seniors back at practice. So just nice and relaxed. You know, kind of getting back into the swing of things. Big conference week coming up, so we're, you know, kept them pretty light. Took some swings and liked what we saw today.
Yeah, and you talk about a big conference week. I mean, you have 7 games this week, Great Falls, Bozeman, and then you have 4 against the Scarlets this weekend. I guess we'll start with Great Falls first. What do you see from them? What have you seen so far as you've played them?
Yeah, you know, they pitch it well. You know, their lineup's pretty tough. They're a good team. You know, I think they went to Billings and they split with the 2 Billings teams this last weekend. Probably should have won 2. They lost to the Royals after having a pretty good lead. You know, they're going to be a tough task for us. We played them 3-4 times now, and I think we're 4-0 against them. But one of the games was a 2-1 ball game, so they have that capability to play us tough. And if we don't come out with a good game tomorrow, you know, it may not go our way. So we're definitely focused on putting our best baseball out there tomorrow.
And then right after that, you have Bozeman, who you played last week, split with them. Just wanted to ask you about those games. In game 1, you get the loss, I believe, and then game 2, you pick up the win. What did you take from those first 2 conference games against Bozeman?
You know, flat out, they just swung the bat better than us. I'm glad we had Cy go in game 2 because you know, he really kind of nullified their bats just with the stuff he has. It was a tight game 1, and I would have liked us to, you know, be stick in that game and be battling a little bit more, but we just kind of, I think it was 3-1, 4-1, and just made a few big errors there that allowed them to extend that lead. So, I mean, we've been talking about staying mentally tough even when games aren't going our way when we're down. So that's definitely something we're working on, and hopefully we can put it together for this 7-game stretch this week.
And then the 4 against Billings. What do you see from that Billings team?
You know, we don't know much about them. I've heard they're very young. I heard that I think they start a couple sophomores on the infield, only a couple guys back from last year. But I mean, it's Billings. You know, it's a big town, and they're always always talented. So we're definitely not taking anything for granted. They'll be a tough game for sure.
What's it like when you have to play a team 4 times in a row on 2 days, 2 doubleheaders right back to back?
Some things I like, some things I don't like. I mean, I like the fact that both teams are kind of on the same page, you know, or the same playing field. You know, you're going to be into your bullpen, they'll be into their bullpen during the stretch. So it's not like you're going to face a team's ace, you know, twice in a season or something like that. So that aspect I like. You know, when you play a team 4 times in a row, it could be, you know, if you have some injuries and all that, you may not have your best team out there. But I think we're relatively healthy. We're going to get Titani back tomorrow. So, I think I like where we're at.
And when you have a stretch like that, is it an option to maybe bring a couple players up from the reps to the Senators?
No.
Okay.
So the way they do it is once one of those JV players plays in the varsity game, they've got to stay up. So it's not like basketball where you can just rotate them back and forth. So we really have to be smart about how we when we pull guys up from the A team in these conference games, because we don't want to pull a guy up before we need to, and then we kind of burn his playing time and in a year of just development for those young guys.
So Cy Miller a little bit, he talked to him just a little bit ago. He said he was trying to be more of a finesse pitcher against Missoula, and then when it came out to Bozeman, he just really bared down and just threw.
Yeah.
Is that what you saw from him?
Yeah, I mean, we had that discussion. You know, he pitched the college players. He had to pitch different than he pitched, on Wednesday in Bozeman. His fastball, you know, at college, he's got a good fastball, but it's not something that they haven't seen before at that level. So his first outing, it kind of seemed like Missoula was letting the fastball go and waiting for him to throw the off speed, and then they were hitting that. So we talked and we made an adjustment, and he was pretty heavy fastball, that he had great life out of it, located it pretty well, and it was tough on those Bozeman hitters.
And I guess as far as offensively, we talked a little bit last week about your offense. Have you seen some progress here? Granted, just 2 games, but what did you see from your offense this last week against Bozeman?
We were honestly not what we wanted to see. We were pretty tentative at the plate. You know, there were multiple at bats where there were good pitches to hit, and we were letting them go where we should have been attacking them. So, you know, that's something we talked about, you know, over the weekend and worked on today at practice. So, we just have to remain aggressive when the ball's in the zone. You know, not looking to draw a walk when we're in 2-0 count. They, you know, give us that fastball down the middle. We got to look to drive those balls and be ready to hit more.
And then defensively, how do you feel you guys did last week against Bozeman?
You know, I thought we played pretty good except for a 1 or 2 inning stretch. We got into that 4th, 5th inning in game 1. I don't think we played very well defensively, and I think a lot of that had to do with we were carrying our offensive at-bats out onto the field with us. You know, they threw a good arm at us, and he was good, but we weren't able to separate our offense from our defense. And if kids had a tough at-bat on offense, they carried it out there on defense. So hopefully we can kind of work on flipping that page. We've been preaching it to these guys for 3 or 4 years, so hopefully, you know, they can kind of see that. And yeah, I mean, we preach day in, day out, you know, to separate offense from defense. Just because you're 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts doesn't mean you can't be great defensively. So that's what we're looking for this week.
And then obviously school ends this week for non-seniors. That really, does that feel kind of like a springboard into your season where these kids have a lot more free time to spend at the field and you're able to get more practices in?
Yeah, you know, when school ends, it kind of, you know, our season is really just beginning. You know, we play so many games that honestly we only get out here once or twice a week for practice once school's out. So we really try to work on the fundamentals early on, and then as school gets out and we start playing more games, then we're out to just, you know, working on hopefully that muscle memory, that repetition kicks in, and you know, they know what they need to know, and we can just play baseball.
Okay, so I want to finish with a question about you and maybe your playing days. So
Okay.
When did you play? Not yours, because we don't want to give away how old we are. But and like what position did you play?
Sure. So I don't mind saying it. I played in 1999. That was my last year here with the Senators. Then I went on and I played for 4 years at the Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, New York, D3 school. Great experience. Just getting to a different part of the country, seeing different things. But I was a pitcher, first baseman. You know, I played a game or 2 at third base, but those were primarily my 2 spots. So, yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, but just being a 2-way player in college and all that, you know, it took a lot of dedication. You know, I didn't get out of my running just because I played first base. So there were days where, you know, we'd have a 2.5-hour practice and I'd still have to run the 5 miles that were required for the pitchers.
That's quite a haul.
Yeah. Obviously, I probably can't do that anymore. But
well, you and me both. But well, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll catch up with you next week and find out how these next 7 games went for you.
All right, thanks, John.
Okay. All right, so there you have it. You heard from Trysten Mooney and Quinn Belcher, as well as head coach Jon Burnett. And like we said, this Senators team, 7 games coming up. They have 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, as they will take on Great Falls, Bozeman on the road, and then at home all weekend. So if you want to get out and watch some Helena Senators baseball, by all means, head over to Kendrick Legion Field and take in a game if you can. All right, well, that's going to do it this week. We'll be back next week. I'm John Kemper. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.